Let's go for it, guys. Welcome everyone to game number 1 in the next series. Thank you for casting. Oh, my pleasure, Fanry. Thanks so much for putting it together. So yeah. Let's ever so gently go 2x over here. Because we are using recorded games for game number 1 and probably for game number 2. We're not going to have any predictions, alright? So let's see. It's going to be Bohemians for the Viper, TaToH playing with Gamer. Let me update the stream title as well. The Viper versus TaToH. There we go. Yeah, one moment, I'm just getting the flags. Wait, there is no Spain? Why is there no Spain flag? RIP. I guess I'm gonna have to gather them from the flags from the web. Okay, I got it. Perfect. Stream title should be updated for the players, not so much for the tournament yet. Alright, I got it. And we are not missing much of anything, of course. It's unlikely we'll see too much action over here. I missed all game number 4. You're gonna have to go back and watch the VOD then. There we go. Get to go, we'll have to watch tomorrow. Have fun. Yeah, sure thing, Arbase. Thank you. Whoa! TaToH, thank you so much for the raid. It's very much appreciated. Welcome, everyone. Although, bienvenue à tous le monde. À tous mes amis. But, yeah, it's very much appreciated. I hope you had a good stream. I bet you did. And I imagine you were probably streaming in French, right? Regardless, though. Welcome, you guys. I hope you enjoyed the stream from TaToH. We are casting TaToH versus Viper. So for those of you who were unable to watch this series from the get-go because it was taking place at the same time as the show match, we are going to cast from the very beginning. So you can see we are going 2x over here until we get some action. We're going to try to catch up to live gameplay, so we're going to have to fast forward a little bit of game number 1 and game number 2 as well. Oh, it's written in English, so you didn't have to speak baguette. Ah, merci beaucoup, monsieur. That's all my French. Perfect. One series coming. Now we have a siege workshop already for TaToH, so he'll be the one putting pressure. And the Viper only now gets to the castle age, and he goes for the second DC. No, okay, I was going to say no monasteries, but he's going for the monastery now as well. He's proud of himself, so he speaks baguettes anyway. Yeah. Je peux parler un petit peu de français, but not too much. I completed the Duolingo tree successfully, but that was years ago, and I've never actually used it. By the time I had completed it, I was quite decent, I would say, but yeah, it's been years, man. I forgot most of it. I guess if I picked it up, I should be able to brush it up as well in a few months, but I guess there has not been a need for it yet. Villager pick over here, TaToH gets away with it. Both Scorpions for TaToH as well, which I do find very interesting. You know, Viper's got 2 monasteries over here. If he goes for redemption, should be able to hold on against this no problem. Honestly, might be able to hold on against that with a single manual as well, but he doesn't really have any defensive siege workshop, so it's just going to be monks against the Scorpions. He's going for redemption, as he should. And TaToH instead, he's got some knights. He's not really producing too many military units though. He's got rams coming in right now as well. This is a very Hoang-like push, and I love to see it. I remember back when I cast a few of Hoang's games some time ago, he would usually always go for either mangonels right away or rams into scorpions. This time around it's going to be scorpions into rams for TaToH, but it's good. The rams are going to provide protection to... Actually, the scorpions are going to provide protection to the rams, of course. But yeah, against monks, this could be kind of rough. We're gonna see though a status coming in. He's getting a villager down from the Viper. 2 villagers actually, and the Viper goes down to 3 villager losses. And a lot of idle economy over here, mind you, as well. So TaToH is going for the full push. And the Viper, well, without a defensive siege workshop over here, is gonna be relying on the monks to defend himself with, right? He's gonna try and land the conversions, but it's going to be pretty difficult. He's got 2 additional monks coming out, so he could potentially go for all 4 conversions. We'll see. He's going after the Scorpions right now. The Scorpions are going to target the monks, but they are not going to get it. And TaToH gets the conversion. Actually, the Viper gets the conversion. TaToH loses one of the Scorpions over there. And you know what? The Hoang push over here is strong, is looking good, but it's not really working out completely, right? Like, he is losing a few units over here. Mind you, the Viper has been losing pricier units with villagers going down. Like, quite a lot. Yeah. TaToH's KD over here for economy is so much stronger. And he cannot get a single monk. That's been pretty good monk control for the Viper as well. Doesn't end up losing one over here, but does get another conversion, so it's not too bad. But once again, though, TaToH's push over here is, I would say, still working. He's got villagers going down from the Viper. He's got the knight over here. And even though he ended up losing most of the Scorpions to the conversions, he did end up getting a bunch of extra villagers down from the Viper, and the Viper has lost 8 so far. And he's fallen behind by a lot more than that. TaToH's got the second TC already up. The Viper, despite having gone for the second TC much earlier, has fallen behind the villager count by a lot. TaToH's got 50% stronger working count right now compared to the Viper. There we go, TaToH gets pushed back. Doesn't matter, well, you know, TaToH should be able to stay ahead in working count over here, and it's going to have much stronger economy to work with. He probably will be the first player to go out to the Imperial Age. He's just got to hold on against the monk push. There we are. Up in the north, there is a 30C coming up for the Viper, but there is a 30C on the way for TaToH. He should be able to get this one up faster. Some villagers going down from TaToH. Well, that is not good. But he still retains his village at least. Not going to be proportionately as nice compared to before, where it was 50% stronger worker count. Right now it's only 10 extra workers. But, yeah, he's still looking fine. He's got mangonels, rams, and scouts coming out. Plus, he still retains some of the scorpions over here. So with one big push over here against the Viper, again, he should be able to suppress on Viper's units right now, as he's got, for the most part, just monks, right? And the Viper's starting to go for some gates over here in the stone walls. So we'll see. TaToH does not want anything to do with these wolves coming up. So now the Viper's going to bring the monks over to try and get the conversions against the mangonels and the scorpions. And this is actually really good because the Viper's forcing TaToH into moving the units forward, and that's going to allow the Viper to get the conversions over here, or try to get the conversions anyway. But TaToH is able to bail just in time while keeping the gates down. However, there are extra gates coming up for the Viper right now still. You know, definitely I would have liked to see TaToH go forward, but he was going for the light cavalry upgrade, and that's not going to be on time, is it? It's actually on time as he comes over here. Should be able to target the monks, and he's going to get these with light cavalry already. He's going to get the monks down particularly quickly, so that's going to be all the monks going down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Siete monjes. Muertos. All dead. Going down for the Viper over there. And that's, you know, given the economy that the Viper was handling over here, that was much pricier for him in relative terms compared to the losses from TaToH. Yeah, sure, TaToH lost the mangonel. He lost the ram, you know. It doesn't matter. That was an incredible, incredible trade. Nice, TaToH's gonna start collecting some of the relics. Although it seems like Viper was aware of this, yeah. Viper was actually collecting relics himself as well. He's managed to get 2 so far. He's getting the 3rd one over here. And this was going to be the 2nd one for TaToH, but it seems like Viper might be able to get it. I don't see any monks coming in though. Yeah, so it's going to take some time, but the Viper's going to go after it for sure. See? Nice villager pick over here. He deletes the scout right away afterwards. TaToH's been on the lead in this game for the majority of the game. Actually, for the longest time. Viper gets a defensive castle over here, which will prevent TaToH from pushing through the center, but TaToH's going around the sides, actually, so it's not going to change too much his current approach. Regardless, though, he's been on the lead for quite a while. He is kind of struggling, though, to seal the deal. Okay, there we go. TaToH will collect the 5th relic in the end. It's kind of struggling to seal the deal. If we take a look at the resources, he will be on his way to the Imperial Age very soon, and because he's playing Khmer, he will need a castle if he wants to batter the castle down for the Viper, unless he's going for rounds, because Khmer, not getting access to bombard cannons, will only have trebuchets. As long-range siege, of course. It's very good for TaToH. He's going forward. Huh, is he just going to circumvent the castle over here and just go and try to get the push going from the sides? You know, if he uses the villagers over here to start going for stables, potentially siege workshops over here, and starts pushing from the side, the Viper won't be able to defend himself, as the castle's only providing protection in front. At the very least, until he's able to go for an extra castle himself, that is, on the back of his base. So yeah, archer range is actually coming out for TaToH. Well, Byron's coming in now for the Viper. It just feels like a drop in the bucket in this stage. Still 16 extra workers for TaToH, going up so much faster. But the Viper, though, the Viper is able to click out to the Imperial Age himself as well. He's actually making the most out of very, very little. conversion back for the Viper. Yeah, it's fine. Cross on upgrades here. TaToH's gonna try and make a play for Arbalesters. Okay, Arbalesters and Siege. And the Viper's getting chemistry as he goes up. He's going for pikemen, so he was expecting cavalry. As was I. He's got his own light cavalry coming up, actually. Actually, no, my bad. He's got the pikeman upgrade, sorry. TaToH's got the cavalry coming up, in addition to archers. But yeah, the Viper knows now. He knows. Check this out. The villager was targeted by the crossbowman. If we take a look at Viper's point of view, he may not know about the forward buildings, but he knows there are archers around here. So there we go. And here come the rams from TaToH. He's got the capped ram upgrade coming in. Does not have anywhere near enough resources to go for the siege ram upgrade, actually. Let's take a look at this. The pikemen are taking on the like cavalry over there, and the monks are surviving. And it's unlikely Viper will be able to do too much of anything with these units. After all, he can probably get some villager conversions, but the pikemen are not going to get any villager picks. At the very least, as long as TaToH's paying attention, he should be able to just garrison and take the pikemen down. But this is what I'm very interested in. TaToH's coming forward. He's going straight through the back of Viper's base into the other side. Cannot do too much over here either. But he does have the cap round coming out already, so that should allow him to go after the TC. And we're going to see Arbalesters over here take on villagers. That's 3 rounds over here, and that's a lot of villagers going down very soon, as well as the Viper's trying to go after the rounds over here. It's probably going to end up getting completely cleaned up, and the villagers get sent back to the TC. There you go. That was really, really good for TaToH. There you are. This is going down. There we go. Beautiful. That's another TC going down very soon. Well, TaToH's just gotta pay attention over here. Yeah, I'm not sure about this. He could have gotten the TC down over there. He decided to go after houses instead. What is the deal? TaToH's paying attention elsewhere. Probably he was paying attention. He was probably microing the units up in the north. And that is a lot of villains coming out with the same 3 villagers. Yeah, it's amazing. He's got a pretty decent production potential now in the east. Beautiful. Hazard's coming in for TaToH as well. The Viper is kind of cornered. Even if he's not technically back into a corner, he's still kind of stuck back home. That's 4 castles he's got right now. He's got bombard cannons on the way. He's got pikemen. And TaToH, on the other hand, has got control of the left-hand side. He's sending a bunch of villagers over the right-hand side, so he's going to have full control of this as well. And I like it that he's sending the villagers over to the right-hand side while still having access to these back golds as well, so that he can potentially go back to these if he eventually gets pushed out of the center. And while the Viper, on the other hand, is going to start collecting from this gold, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be too secure. With Arbalesters over here, TaToH could definitely deny that. And then we have 2 additional golds over here. Now this one for the Viper is only 11. So the gold's literally laughing at the Viper. And then we have extra gold over here, which is going to be a total of 1400. Let's see. Beautiful. A lot of skirmishers now as well. Or Mr. TaToH. Well, he's going for the elite skirmisher upgrade. We have a lot of skirmishers currently for the Viper. There we go. Viper started to push TaToH back out of the right hand side. Meanwhile, TaToH is pushing on the left. Oh, and here comes the train of pain to chew, everyone. 7 rounds right now coming in from TaToH. Just finished upgrading to siege rams. Here he comes. Beautiful. That castle's going down, I'll tell you. I don't care how many villages the Vipers get repairing the castle and taking the siege rams down. That castle is going down. TaToH! He's got to pay attention, though. What's going on over here? He's got to send the trebuchet in. Yeah, that is not good. Viper does run out of resources, though. There we go, the castle crumbles. You on the right hand side, TaToH is just got on the castle up over here, so he's going to have control of both neutral goals. And even though he doesn't really have too many military units coming out from the right hand side, if any at all, the left hand side push is so much stronger. He's got ballista elephants. This is an extremely strong unit once you manage to mass a good amount of these, and unfortunately he doesn't really have too many castles on the left hand side. He can only produce from 2. But eventually he'll get to, yeah, to a good amount. Impressive how Viper got to pop max from a losing position in early castle age. Yeah, I honestly thought the game was kind of over when TaToH was on over 50% of the population over the Viper. Yeah. Does this map have less gold generally? No, there is plenty of gold. We have additional neutral golds over here to the sides. Usually on a standard map you're going to have 2 neutral golds only, and then 3 starting golds. In this one we have 4 neutral golds and a pretty healthy amount of starting gold, which I think it's kind of comparable to a standard map, so it would be about 6 extra tiles of gold compared to standard map generation, if I'm not mistaken. Hey Gold White! Hi, how are you doing? Welcome back. TaToH got control of both. That's bad for Bohemians. Yeah, the Viper will run out of gold very soon. He's got 31 gold miners. This is not particularly an efficient, gold miner. He just runs out of gold over there. I think he might have another one still, though. This one is 11, once again, just laughing at the Viper. And this one on the right-hand side is about to run out. This is huge, guys. There's only about 470 gold left for the Viper. It seems like TaToH will be able to sustain his military production over here significantly longer as well. Plus, with the castles and the ballista elephants over here, should be able to hold on. Yeah, against whatever the Viper's got to throw at him. We have Hussars will take care of skirmishers. The ballista elephants are going to take care of everything else. Did TaToH go for double crossbows though? Yes, yes. He did go for double crossbow, so the ballista elephants, they shoot 2 bolts as opposed to only 1. That's going to make it significantly stronger. These are elite as well. We just don't really have too many though. Here we are. The Huvnitsa? Yeah, the Huvnitsa are going to provide some value over here, but he won't be able to keep on going for this unit for too long. On the right hand side, now TaToH's starting to go for some ballista elephants as well. And he effectively has run out of gold, so now the Viper, yeah, couldn't do anything. Did he collect this one? No, but he knows. I mean, what is 11 gold is not going to make too much of a difference, right? So now it's all about TaToH's power play. On paper, gold units are going to win the game versus non-gold units. They're going to be more pop efficient. So if TaToH can stay on 200 population and he gets to a healthy amount of ballista elephants over here, the only thing the Viper will be able to go for is just halberdier and skirmishers. Potentially, you know, like cavalry, but we have stronger scouting units for TaToH with fully upgraded Hussar. So yeah, it's pretty difficult for the Viper. In this position, that is. Oh, TaToH's trying to cut through. I think the Viper's going to realize about this. Will he be able to react in time though? Where are the Hussar? He's in the Hussar on the back over here, and he got chased away by the halberdier, right? So yeah, he's kind of through. And he's coming in just with the ballista elephants. I thought it was going to send some Hussar over here, but it's not the case. Just coming in right away. He's expecting probably the Viper to get some walls up over here from the get-go, so he's trying to cut through elsewhere. And you know, he can just deny wood over here as well. The Viper will be collecting from the right-hand side now that he got pushed from the left-hand side, and now we see TaToH coming in with ballista elephants from the right-hand side to push the Viper away. He can clean the trees over here. It's kind of micro-intensive, but it could potentially also deny some resources. As we see TaToH take into 200 swordsmen, should be able to take care of the halberdier eventually. It's not going to be the case currently until he gets the upgrade, but yeah, still, it's looking very good. Honestly, it doesn't seem like the Viper is going to be able to come back into this game anytime soon. What is the gold situation, though? It seems like TaToH is running out of gold himself as well. He's got 1,300 on the left-hand side. And then on the right-hand side, he's got 3,000. Okay, he's got 4,300 gold. I think that's probably going to be enough for him to seal the deal, I think. He's got 200 swordsmen coming in right now. If I'm not mistaken, Khmer, they do not get champions, so we are going to top off a 200 swordsman. There we go. Perfect. Man, the Huvnitsa are still giving TaToH problems over here. We have 4 additional Huvnitsa coming out for the Viper. I see tanks his economy in order to go for a few more. He's got for Bohemians, that's going to be Wagenburg tactics. Yeah, I guess he kind of needs it. If he's going to defend himself with the Huvnitsa, Wagenburg tactics is going to make the unit significantly faster. 15% faster moving, so there is that. And TaToH's been kind of struggling to find a good composition to fight the Viper off. But now with 2 on the swordsman, that's probably going to be good. He kind of needs to lose a few extra units though. He's got too many villagers and he's got a lot of ballista elephants over here that he can really make use of. He doesn't really have too many Hussar. He probably just wants to send the Hussar in so that he can get a few extra 2 on the swordsman out. Yeah, this is not the way he wants to do it. He does not want to go with the 2 on the swordsman straight into the castle. He wants to use the siege to take the defenses down, potentially the elephants to cut through, and then strike from behind. And ideally, he wants to save some of the 2 on the swordsman for fighting against the halberdier. Wizard Blast, actually block printing coming in. Now for the Viper and Illumination. This is his last stand. I think this is Viper's last stand. He realizes just how precarious of a position he's finding himself in, so he's going for monk technology so that he can get the conversions and ideally build an army out of TaToH's units. I think this is going to be Viper's last chance, so yeah, with Illumination, block printing, that's all good. Ideally, he's going to want to get the accuracy as well. Obviously, the goal situation is not too good for the Viper. So he cannot just go for monetary accuracy willy-nilly. Not the best unit control for the Viper, mind you. Oh, the Hubnitsa! They're going down right away. What was the Viper doing over here? He was probably not paying attention. You know what? That's 2 Hubnitsa going down. He does end up taking the 3rd Hubnitsa down as well. And even if he loses all the ballista elephants, because he's the only player still with access to gold, like it's not going to be too bad for TaToH. Especially as he's not going for too many ballistas anymore, and he's gonna focus on the most part. He's gonna focus for the most part on 2 on the swordsman production over here. Yeah. Fantastic. It's been very difficult for TaToH to seal the deal over here, but it's certainly looking like we are getting closer and closer to it. If you take a look, the Viper's gone down to 154 population. His economy doesn't really allow for him to produce too much of anything, and he's gonna go for a few extra monks over here. And once again, he'll try to make the monk play work. There we go. Viper finally calls it GG, but man, that was an hour-long game. Let's, cross the victory over here for Mr. TaToH and take a look at the achievements before jumping into game number 2, which we'll do after a quick commercial, of course. But for the achievements, it's looking pretty good for TaToH, getting very close to 76 KD over here. We take a look at economy as well, and we see a stronger economy for TaToH. Collecting a bunch of extra resources. How much? He managed to collect 27,294 extra resources, I think. Whilst for society over here, we're going to have a stronger economy for TaToH by quite a lot. Stronger economy in regards to work account, right? By quite a lot. So not particularly close. Regardless though, we'll take a look at game number 2. That's going to take place on one of Viper's home maps. We won't go back. We'll just take a look at it right away. What is that going to be? It's going to be Vintage Arena. And there we go. Welcome everyone then to game number 2. This time around, TaToH, we're going to have him in blue as well, so that we can tell the players apart a little bit better. This time around, TaToH's playing with Molay, the Viper's playing with Burgundian, so this is a very, very, very interesting arena generation. While sometimes you're going to see players get a lot of space in the trunk, so to say, and sometimes you're going to see them not have too much. This is going to be one of those times where they do have plenty of space on the back, but there's almost no space at the center. Like the players' walls are almost touching here, and the center is so small. The relic war is going to be interesting for sure. Anyway. Yeah, there we are. It's going to be pretty uneventful until we get to later stages of the game. So Malay versus Burgundians, we saw this one already in the past a few times. Yeah, I believe the Burgundians did come out on top more often than not. Fenrir, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to delete this. We are casting game number 2. We are using recorder games. We are not casting live. So no spoilers, please. So this is game number 2. They are further on in the series, but we are going to get there eventually. No problem. PLH is coming up. Yeah, and the caster is gonna be on the way for the Viper for sure. TaToH, on the other hand, he went up a little bit sooner, and this is just going to be your standard. This is just going to be your standard fuel into eco upgrades from Malay into a fast-ish Castle Age. It's going to still be kind of comparable to the other player. Beautiful. Castle Age is on the way for the Viper. As long as he gets past 40% before TaToH is able to click out to the Castle Age himself, the Viper is still going to be faster. So the Viper is effectively faster to the Castle Age compared to TaToH. Yeah, it does seem like TaToH is probably aware of how to play Malay on Arena over here as to what the most effective meta is currently. So you're going to see currently the clowns go for a straight fast castle as opposed to fast fuel into eco upgrades into fast-ish castle. So anyway, Castle Age is here already for the Viper, and we see a monastery coming up right away. The TaToH on the other hand, he's got scouts over here. Both players have been going for scouts, just trying to get some map control. And once again, because the map is so small, this is probably just going to happen in a whim. So we see the Viper going over the left-hand side. He's got the first monk queued up over here. Meanwhile, TaToH gets to the Castle Age and he goes for a monastery himself. But that's going to take a while for him to get the first monk out. So this could be really good for the Viper. I think actually the Viper might be able to get the second monk out before TaToH is able to go for the first monk himself. Like cavalry is coming out right now for the Viper as well. So these will be much stronger in a moment. He's got a spearman over there to work with as well. Like cavalry is on the way now for TaToH as well. That has to be the smallest map ever. Even Scotch is probably bigger. Well, at the center, I'm not really sure. I guess so. I guess it's probably about the same surface area at the center. If you just draw a circle, right, and ignore the walls. If you do not ignore the walls and you just take a look at the center, the neutral space, then yeah, I think it's smaller than Socotra. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yasakuka Baginda. Abutavis. Si. Apa Shasananya Baginda. Here. Abutavis.
There we go. Conversions coming in for TaToH. The Vipers already managed to collect one of the relics over here on the left, on the right-hand side. Now the left-hand side, he's got the relic in, but he's not sent the monk back, and he's gonna lose the monk. Oh boy, 2 hits and the monk's gone. Rip, man, that could have been 2 relics for the Viper already. Now TaToH's collecting this one on the right-hand side. The Viper's gonna try to get the center one. It seems like he's going to get away with this. That's going to be 2 relics for the Viper and 1 for TaToH. These still are up for grabs. The one on the right-hand side and one on the left-hand side. Meanwhile, the Viper's going for extra monks. Yeah, he's sending the monk over the left-hand side. He's gotta go and try to secure this. By the way, though, TaToH gets picked up over here, so he drops the relic. Nice. Conversion's coming out. The Viper's just going to stay at bay until he can either take the scout down or he can actually secure the conversion. Meanwhile, TaToH does not collecting the relic on the right hand side, so that's going to be the first relic for him, and he's going after this one. As the Viper gets away with this, yes. Beautiful. TaToH gets away with the right hand side one. Now he's going after this one. If he collects that's going to be the 3rd relic for, actually sorry, the 2nd relic for TaToH. If the Viper collects this one, that's going to be 4 relics for the Viper. You see the conversion's coming up. He's going after the Spearman over there. There's only 1 scout left for TaToH, so the Spearman conversion over here would allow the Viper to defend his monk against the remaining light cavalry, and it seems like TaToH is just gonna have to bail. He's gonna give it up on this, and the Viper will end up on 4 relics to 1. As the game's going to stabilize after the Viper garrisons the relic, we are just going to ever so slightly fast forward. There's a 3rd TC coming up right now for the Viper. 4th TC actually. 3rd extra TC rather, and TaToH is on 3 TCs total. So yeah, not too much action until the players go up to the Imperial H. Seems like Viper's gonna be the first player to think of a castle as well, making a play for stone right now. Sweet map, castle dropping your opponent while from within your own walls. Yeah. That is certainly interesting. Now the Viper's going for an outpost over here to get some extra vision. And TaToH will just working towards going out to the Imperial Age. Has not been collecting stone for a castle at all. Yeah, and he's gonna be on his way up very soon. Meanwhile, the Viper's going for 8 stone miners. And seems like TaToH's just gonna make a play for a full push over here. Monks and pikes by the looks of it. Well, it's not really going for too many monks actually. He's just got the crossman upgrade coming up. The Viper instead is the one who's putting pressure over here, but he does manage to click out to the Imperial Age as well. Not much later compared to TaToH, but because of the Malay civilization, TaToH will be there significantly sooner. Alright, let's go back to 1x. Right now the players are about to hit the Imperial Age, and the Viper's coming in already with light cavalry with the Mangonel monks over here. Ramos will, that's good unit control! And TaToH gets both those monks down. He's going to go after the next one, and he gets another monk. 3 monks down to the ground for the Viper. There you are. Viper's still coming in though. He's got some light cavalry over here, but TaToH should be fine. TaToH's got blocking arrow, crossman, and he's going for chemistry as well. So very soon we'll see bombard cannons and arbalesters for TaToH. It's not been going for any stones, so we won't see any Karamba warriors over here. And against the Viper it makes sense. The Viper's hand cannons are going to be absolutely fantastic with 25% higher damage. So yeah, it's just going to be arbalesters and bombard cannons. Meanwhile, the Viper, he's got a defensive castle coming up on the right hand side in front of his walls. There you are. Beautiful.
Davis.
Here we are. Gas is up. Already for the Viper. He's going for Cavalier. TaToH will struggle over here. Maybe not against the Cavalier too much once he gets our ballistas, but against potential Paladin, that's going to be significant rough for TaToH if he's not going to have any infantry. So he does want to make a play for Cavalier as well. Right now, he's got only 2 spearmen, not even pikemen, and I think he's got a single barracks. He does. He's got a single barracks.
Here. Yasa kuka baginda. Apa shasananya baginda. Here.
He's gonna break through very soon. TaToH, that is.
Yasa kuka
Ah, no. He's changing his mind. What's going on? He's going after the skirmishers now. That's a good attack run. Actually getting some good damage down over there. Wow.
Davis.
I mean, take a look at that. There's a bunch of skirmishers going down over here.
See. Pozot.
Yeah, and doesn't seem like Viper will be able to do too much with the skirmishers over here. TaToH plays his cards right. However, the Paladin upgrade's coming up. As expected, with the Viper getting a 50% discount on stable upgrades. Yeah, Paladin over here is a no-brainer for the yellow player.
Apa shasananya baginda.
Oh! Did TaToH lose the stone over there? I'm not really sure. Let me go back a moment. No. He deleted this. He deleted the castle. That was just in time. TaToH realized about the bombard cannons, right? And he deleted the castle before it got hit. Otherwise, he would have lost it. Oh man, that was so close.
Davis. Pozot.
Here you are. Nice.
Davis. Apa shasananya baginda.
You count the Paladin already. Beautiful. Should be able to get the bombard cannons right there, and he's going to. There we go. All the bombard cannons go down. So now we don't really have anything for TaToH to defend himself against the skirmishers over here. He's going to have a castle come up potentially, but actually he's losing a lot of villagers trying to get this one up. And the Viper's doing a really good job. He's holding on pretty well. He's got plate bar and armor. Extra paladins coming in as well as skirmishers and bombard cannons. Meanwhile, TaToH on the other hand, well, he doesn't really have too much to go for himself. He manages to get the castle up, but the Viper, if he gets the bombard cannons forward, might be able to get the castle down over here. And yeah, TaToH is kind of out of options. Bombard cannons are going to get countered by the Paladin, and the bombard cannons, the arbalists on their own, are going to be countered by Paladin and also the skirmishers. And then it's not like we have too many extra units for TaToH to go for. Halberdier and Karambit warriors. Karambit warriors from a single castle. He's going for a second castle. Yeah, they will produce a little bit faster from a second castle, of course. Actually, twice. It's fast compared to us using a single castle, right? But yeah, I do know about that.
Yasa kuka baginda. Apa shasananya baginda.
Yeah, the castle's going down right away. Cheap elephants could work? Elephants? Right. These paladin are not too strong, right? Because we are like in bloodlines. True, true. He's going for elite battle elephant right now, and he's on a few extra stables. Let's see what the Viper goes for against this. So 40% cheaper elephants over here for TaToH. On the paladin. He's going right after the bombard cannon as well. Yeah, it's nice to see how he realizes the bombard cannon is the high value unit. He just completely ignored the elephant and goes after the bombard cannon right away. So that allows him to get the castle down over there. Now, what is the Viper going for? He's got more paladin coming up. Production is not quite as good for him, and production should be much better for TaToH. He's paying less for the elephants over here than the Viper's paying for the paladin. So while the paladin upgrade was cheaper for the Viper, the paladin unit is actually full price for him. So this could be really good for TaToH. Actually, for yeah, for TaToH. Right, he's coming in. I like it. You see the bikeman upgrade coming for the Viper. Probably something he could have thought of if he was expecting switch to elephants from before, but yeah. Once he gets to halberdier, he might be able to hold on against this. It's really going to be dependent on the unit control and how much damage he'll be able to do against the arbalests with a paladin. So here come the chunkers, yes sir. There we are, the push from TaToH is starting to look a lot stronger as the Viper is not the 200 population now. For the first time in a while, but he is going for halberdier. Chimbardan armors coming up now. He does need a stronger production though. One, he's got, okay, so he does have 6 barracks, 7 barracks even. He was producing from 2 only. Here comes the Viper against the bombard cannon again. He's gonna be able to get it down. That is so close, but he got it. Yes, sir. Managed to get a villager or 2 over there in the gold. 2, 3 villagers actually. And he's able to keep the castle up for the time being. And here comes TaToH. The elephants, they just naturally have bonus damage against buildings, so this is going to be so good. The Viper at this point in time, he's getting Burgundian vineyards to help with the gold situation. He's getting halberdier now, finally. Plate mill armor is coming up, and here come the halberdiers. Gotta take care because of the arbalests over here. If he had bombard cannons to work with, should be able to take care of these units, but now he's gonna have to send the paladin over there. Yeah, and TaToH, of course, is going to bail from here. Until he can clean the units up. Elephants galore. This is the Elephanza. And the castle's going down for the Viper. Yeah, you were completely on top. Cheap elephants could work. And they did. And they do. And Kazzer, thank you so much for the sub. Coming in hot with a Prime Gaming sub as well, which I love to see. It's free for you. It's fantastic for me. Thank you so much. Is that Kazzer, perhaps? Let me know. And thank you so much for your support. It's very much appreciated. If you want to watch the stream without any ads, by the way, you're going to have to refresh the page. It doesn't impact from the get-go. Once you refresh, I think Twitch is going to stop showing any commercials when we have commercial breaks. Kazzer? Option 1, Kazzer. Option 2, Kazzer. Choose the one. That's correct. And thank you so much. 1. So Kazzer. Or was that 1 from my previous pronunciation, and then it's actually the option to Kassir. Anyway, I'll stick to Kassir until told otherwise. Viper stabilizes. My family name is Kassir. It means short in Arabic. Okay. Wow. I never knew somebody with short for a last name, I think. Yeah. I actually know people with thin for a last name in Spanish. Delgado. But that's about it. Anyway, the Elephant's Junker is moving over the left-hand side as the Viper realizes about this. He gets the quick walls up just in time and is able to keep the castle up for the time being. Meanwhile, the Hovelier coming in. TaToH will. The Elephants are not going to work too well against the Hovelier specifically, and that is not going to get in the control. What's going on with TaToH over here? He's losing a lot of Arbalisters to Hovelier and Skirmishers. So, the Viper's coming back over here. Where are the Hoveliers? Gotta send these over the left-hand side. He's got hand cannoneer as well to try and defend against TaToH's potential for Hovelier himself too. And TaToH calls the GG. This was a very strong push with the Elephants, but unfortunately he's unable to sustain production. He gets pushed away from the center. He doesn't have access to gold anymore. Can't really go for anything other than just skirmishers, and I don't think he even had upgraded to Hovelier, so he couldn't go for it. And now the Viper equalizes the series. And guys, once again, take a look at the achievements while the non-subs go through the ads, and we'll jump into game number 3 right away afterwards. So for the achievements, we see a very close 21 to 20 KD ratio for Mr. TaToH. But the Viper, of course, was getting the more cost-effective trades, with Hovelier taking Elephants down, potentially even the Paladin. We're not going to be cost-effective when fighting against the Elephants because they were pricier, but it's still pretty good at the very least. I guess the fact that he saved a bunch of resources getting the upgrades, right, because of the 50% discount. Stronger economy for the Viper as well, which was also instrumental. He ended up collecting about 11,000 extra resources. And then we take a look at the society stats over here. We're going to see a much higher work account for Mr. Viper. Well done! Both games so far come down to goal control. Yes. For game number 3 then, we'll just jump into it right away. We have Jungle Rumble. TaToH's got Cumans, and the Viper has Lithuanians. So we know what to expect from the Viper most likely. And that is, I assume, a monk push in the castle age. Meanwhile, for TaToH, was going to play for economy, and the Viper's push does not work. That's going to leave TaToH in a pretty good spot, of course. So we are going to switch once again colors. So we have TaToH in the blue, Viper in the yellow. And that's about it. GG Elephants. Yes, sir.
Salam.
Sveiki. Klausau.
Let's see. For Cumans, TaToH's going to have the ability to go for a second TC in the Fuel Age, as well as the ability to go for siege workshops in the Fuel Age, from where he can train battering rams. Gets access to the capped ram upgrade in the Castle Age. Gets also a 75 with discount on archer ranges and stables. As well as for the team bonus, we're going to see Cumans get extra HP on palisade walls. However, there are no palisade walls on this map. They already start with... Oh, nice picks over here, actually. The Viper does not get the goats down. So he lames the goats. But yeah, there are no... there are no palisades over here. You start with stone walls, so that's going to be irrelevant. The Viper, on the other hand, with Lithuanians, will begin with 150 extra food. He gets on top of that 1 extra attack on Knights and Light Chat units. For each relic garrison up to 4 relics. So up to +4 attack. And he's gonna have with Lithuanians also 10% faster movement skirmishers, spearline units, and for the team bonus, he gets 20% faster working monastery, so you can go and collect the relics a little bit easier. PHC ready for TaToH. Of course, it's just going for the second TC. He's coming forward though, interestingly enough. He's going to try and trash whilst booming. To try and prevent the Viper from putting too much pressure in the castle edge. Okay, let's see. Let's go back to 1 XP over here as the Viper realizes about the villagers. Oh boy, this could be actually good for the Viper. He's gonna try and trap him. He's gonna try and trap him. Check this out, check this out, check this out. Yeah, TaToH knows exactly what's up. He can see the villagers approaching and he's like, nope. I'm gonna get out of here. Yeah, the Viper almost gets away with it. That would have been really good. Anyway. No towers though, he was just trying to batter the walls down and come in. Doesn't seem like TaToH will be able to do too much over here. I mean, I guess he did draw a little bit of attention from the Viper, and the Viper is not going out to the castle edge anytime soon, right? He's just gonna pay attention and keep track of TaToH's villagers, see what they're up to, and just play accordingly, react accordingly, and defend. As the game kind of stabilizes over here, we're just going to go back to 2x until we get to the castle edge. Seems like both players will just try to make a play for the castle edge. Viper should be there significantly sooner because of the extra resources he gets. He is behind the villager count by quite a lot, of course. But once he gets to the castle edge, if he's able to go for 2 additional TCs, he might be able to catch up. We'll see. It really depends on how many extra villagers TaToH is able to get by that point, and that's going to depend on how fast the Viper can get to the castle edge. At this point in time, the villager count is 9 higher for TaToH, so it's not too large yet. And the Viper should be on his way to the castle edge in a moment. Gonna try and come in now. He's got the tower up. Blacksmith will allow him to get fletching. TaToH's finally coming in. What is he going to do afterwards though? He doesn't really have the resources to go for another tower. Outpost. I guess he could end up pushing Viper away from here and the berries. But yeah, he cannot go for an extra tower or anything. So what is the plan over here? Is just allowing the archers to come in. But we already have skirmishers for the Viper to defend himself with. So TaToH is... yeah, he's being able to put a lot of pressure and stay ahead in villager count by a lot now. That's going to be a 25 villager lead for TaToH, which is going to require a lot for the Viper to come back from. So what does the Viper do? He's got the 1 stable only, no double stable production over here at all, but he's gonna start going for Knights Rider. Oh, wait a moment, he does have double stables. Where's the second stable? He's got the stable outside! This is huge! He'll be able to get the villagers down then, as TaToH sends the villager down to the south over here to try and get the walls up. The Viper's got Knights coming out already. He's gonna take on the scout over here, and I think TaToH's gonna have to go for the walls over here if he wants to survive. He was already sending a village over the right-hand side. I'm not really sure if he's gonna be able to make it over here on time, but on the left-hand side, yeah, he's gonna need to rethink the walls. Well, it really depends. He is able to draw attention from the Viper's Knight, but that's going to be for a short time. And now the Viper's Knight is going to go back to going forward. So here comes the Knight, and the villagers most likely are not going to go down.
Alright.
Here we are. Beautiful. He's coming in, but he's been unable to get anything done. I think the villagers walled over there. Oh, there we go. We still have a villager over here. I think he might have been able to get one villager. No. Where's the third villager, actually? Oh, the third villager is getting the walls up down south. All right. I have a stupid question. How did they get out? Well, it's not a stupid question. They already begin with villagers outside. So at the very beginning of the game, there are 3 villagers outside for each player. They can use those to get extra resources. Potentially go for TCs outside once they get to the castle age, assuming that they survive, of course. And that's about it. Here comes the Viper, getting the villager down. It's gonna be the first villager pick he gets outside, as this villager is gonna be safe over there, and this one's gonna be safe over there as well. So, second TC is already up for the Viper, and the third TC is already up, but he's struggled to keep production going, especially as he's been going for Knights quite heavily as well. And if you take a look at the work account, TaToH's managed to get significantly ahead. And it's not even close, it's by a lot. Military count is better for the Viper, mind you. But unless he's able to start putting pressure, yeah, it's not gonna matter. There we go. Yeah. Good defense over here for TaToH with his 4 tower as well. So what can the Viper do? He's got a monastery on the way. He already had the monastery before. He's got 3 monks. Where's the monastery actually? Probably, yeah, he's got it outside. He's been collecting some of the relics. He's got another TC coming up over here. So what can he do? He's playing Lithuanians over here. He's gonna have incredible monks. He's going to have pretty good knights as well. But it seems like he's getting in a position where he won't really be able to take on TaToH anymore, by virtue of TaToH's incredible economy. If the Viper had stuck to 1 TC full knight production in the castle age, I would have liked that a lot better. But going for the second TC and then going for the third and fourth TCs over here will simply delay him. And it's unlikely he will be able to catch up given how long it took for him to get to the castle age. So the only way that I think he would have been able to catch up perhaps is utilizing the 150 extra food that they get from the Lithuanians to go up to the castle age faster, to go for a pretty decent fast castle, right? Go for the extra TCs and then make a play for economy. But because TaToH was so much faster to the fuel age, got the second TC, and the Viper took so long to get to the castle age, playing for economy is just going to leave the Viper playing catch up. So without being able to catch up in economy and without going for single TC all in full military push, there isn't really too much for the Viper to do over here. I reckon his units will be super strong after he gets a few extra relics over here. That's going to bring his knights out to potentially up to +4 attack. But yeah, you know what? I don't think TaToH's going to care. TaToH's got a lot more knights right now, and he's got military production coming in. Chain bar than armor is on the way for TaToH as well. Meanwhile, the Viper's got on his scale bar than armor currently. Not even forging for the Viper, and TaToH has got forging. He's going to have chain bar than armor. And it seems like Viper's right now in a position where he'll only be able to come back into this game if TaToH severely screws up his game. It's kind of a similar situation compared to game number 1, where TaToH was looking so strong. And, you know, the Viper was playing. He was reacting the whole time. Defenses for the Viper though. He's holding on over here, but he probably sees it coming already. He probably expects this to be just the very beginning of the push from TaToH. And TaToH? Yes, sir. He's got the Catram upgrade right now, which humans, once again, they do get access to in the Castle Age. And here come the Knights from TaToH. He's got several groups of Knights already out, and he's got 5 stable Knight production! TaToH is going all out. While the Viper, yeah, doesn't really have the means to defend himself too well over here. Once he gets breached through here, I mean, he'll have some monks to potentially land some conversions, but with 5 stable production, TaToH should be able to go for more Knights than the Viper is ever going to be able to convert, even with perfect monk micro. And so Viper's going to start going for pikemen right now. Beautiful. Monster is going down. There we go. Nice. Fantastic. There we go. And that seems to be the beginning of the end for the Viper, as he's going to lose the TC down south. That's going to result in a bunch of his economy going down as well. He's got 4 villages outside the TC, plus a lot of villages inside the TC. Is going to drop lower and lower in villager count by quite a lot. And then I'm pretty sure after this is done, TaToH's going to focus his efforts towards pushing through the center. And through the center is where Viper's got most of his economy. So if this goes down this easily, imagine what TaToH's concentrated push through the center is going to be like for the Viper to defend against. It's going to be pretty rough. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Viper is taking a long time to call a GG in these sets though. We already saw it in the previous series. And he is looking kind of backed up into a corner right now, but he's gonna keep on trying. He's got 2 castles coming out, so he's got one at the center, came up, and then he's got another one coming up on the right hand side. I do know this will come up on time though, and if TaToH realizes about this, he should be going after the castle, but he didn't have vision of it. Unfortunately for him. Yeah. If he had realized about it, the castle wouldn't have come up for the Viper. Maybe he would have, I guess, if we saw some quick walls come up for the Viper over here, but DC probably would have gone down. Like, if he forced the Viper in to finish and build the castle over here with only 3 villagers, probably the PC would have been destroyed by the time the castle came up. So, anyway, it's still looking pretty good for TaToH, and the Viper, he probably knows. If you take a look at the score lead right now from TaToH, is significant. The Viper does not want to call it quits over here, whilst he still feels there is a chance over here until he knows it's over for sure. So, TaToH's coming up. He's got Kipchaks coming in right now on top of Knights. Iron Casting's coming in for these Knights too. And with the Viper's defensive castle, he's going to hold on over there for the time being. Now, both players will be on the way to the Imperial Age, but TaToH beats TaToH to the Imperial Age, or to clicking out to the Imperial Age, by a little bit. Not by a whole lot, just by a little bit. So TaToH is going to be behind in the trebuchet production department, but it's just going to be a few seconds. How many? Well, exactly 14. Viper's got a 14-second head start to the Imperial Age. Yeah. Nice. There we go. TaToH's just going to focus his efforts towards the center push. Aziz's got capped rams. Those are going to clean up anything that's left outside, at the very least in the south corner. Yeah, and the Viper is going to be kind of confined to the right-hand side of the map over here, to the east corner. TaToH needs to go for more ramps, ideally. He wants to go for trebuchets once he gets to the Imperial Age, of course, but that's not going to be possible from the get-go. He definitely wants to go for a few extra ramps, and he's going for herbal medicines, interestingly enough, so he's just going to try to reset his knights. I like it. We don't really see herbal medicines being used too much. So yeah. Are these full HP? Yeah, he just sent the weak ones over to the castle. It's good. It's good. He's got Handcar right now and Thumbring. It's the TaToH move. He's getting away with it as well. He's done a good job. Ideally, he wants to go for Cavalier and play Barded Armor as well. So Cavalier is on the way. He's got Chemistry and Conscription as well. And Chemistry is going to help for the, you know, it's going to help the kip checks. I love that TaToH's got a TC up in the north, by the way. This is going to give him vision of what the Viper's up to. Ideally, he would want to go for an outpost over here as well, because the TC is not going to cover the entirety. But it's unlikely, I guess, that the Viper would go out around the TC, because I don't think he knows about it, does he? Yeah, he's got no idea. Still, though, here comes the trebuchet from TaToH. He's got, right now, Spartan Tactics on the way. Ring Archer Armor, Elite Kip Check, as well as Gold Shaft Mining. While the Viper, on the other hand, has got Iron Casting coming in, Conscription and Chemistry. That's a lot of Halberdier over here. He was expecting TaToH to make a play for Cavalry, because what is TaToH going to go for otherwise? Kip Check over here are going to require a lot of mini control in order to get that Halberdier down, so it's not best. But he's going for Onager, which I like a lot better. Crop rotations coming in for TaToH. Wow. The investment. It's fine. He was kind of floating food. Was kind of floating wood, so it's okay. Perfect. Yeah. TaToH's got enough trebuchets right now to try and take on the castle. Meanwhile, at the Viper's got some bombard cannons. Can he take on the trebuchets over here on time, though? He's gonna have to bring the villagers over to try and repair the castle whilst he tries to get the bombard cannons forward to target the trebuchets, but he cannot do it. Not on time, not fast enough. At this point in time, the Viper is looking great. In the right? What is it? This? Couldn't do too much. But yeah, at this point in time, it's going to be better for the Viper if he's able to stabilize. First off, Lithuanians will get fully upgraded Paladin, actually, so it's going to be the same as TaToH. But with the relics, the Viper gets extra attack. Now, he's got only one extra relic, but that's already going to give him +5 attack compared to the +4 that TaToH's units are going to top off at. Besides that, we have the light chat units as well, which ignore armor and are an absolutely fantastic unit. Oh, the Viper's got just 2 castles though. It's a very nice boost coming in for the Viper. Yeah, beautiful. Guess it's going to crumble. Chad is holding still though to his lead. More military units. He's got a 200 population. He's got a castle up in the north as well, and he's bringing the paladin over. As he just finishes the research. He's got the petard. He's got the petard over here. He's got the paladin as well. He's gonna make a push over there. However, he does not losing a lot of game checks over here, trying to get the trebuchets down, and he couldn't do it. Trebuchets are still up over here for the Vipers. It's gonna keep on putting pressure. And this is what I want to see. We have the petards coming in as the Vipers got. The walls go down right away. The Paladin are coming in. The Vipers' quick walls are not coming up anytime soon. So here come the Paladin from TaToH. He's got 27 Paladin to work with right now. And the Vipers going to realize about this way too late. He calls it GG. And that's gonna be 2-1 in favor of TaToH. And guys, we'll take a look at the achievements as I play a quick commercial over here for non-subs. And then we'll jump into game number 4 right away. So what do we get? What do we get? We have a stronger KD for TaToH. That's better than 2-1. We have a stronger economy for TaToH. That's better than 15,000 extra resources, which is going to represent a 25% lead in resources collected. Meanwhile, for society, on the other hand, we have a much stronger society stat as well for, yeah, for Mr. TaToH. So game number 4 is coming in 1 second. I actually have it at hand already. I'm just waiting for the commercials to run out for non-subs, right? Well, let me take a look at the APM over here as well. I'm pretty curious about this one. It was pretty close for ball players. The peak was higher for the Viper compared to TaToH, but on average, it was kind of close. The Viper at 67 and TaToH at 60 over here. What a great performance for Mr. TaToH. Viper knew he was on the back foot. He just couldn't keep on going anymore after the breach-in, right? So game number 4 is coming up over here. We're gonna have the wall. TaToH's playing with Poles and the Vipers playing with Bohemians. Actually, Teutons, not Bohemians. And while we jump into the game, we are just going to ever so slightly. We are going to bring TaToH down to the blue color once again. And let's take a look at what we have. Taking a look at the civilizations then. And why is this going 1x? 2x, please. Wait. What? Oh. Okay. It's working now. Anyway. For game number 4 then, TaToH playing with Poles, the Viper playing with Teutons. The TaToH is going to have with Poles. Villages are significantly stronger when collecting stone. They are going to be much more efficient rather. They collect 0.5 units of gold per unit of stone that they mine. Besides that, we're gonna have also for TaToH villagers who regenerate 5, 10, 15 and 20 HP per minute depending on the age. As well as access to fall work. And then for the team bonus. Bonus damage from scoutline units. Yeah. Against archer type units, so kind of like a Persian knight bonus, but not quite as strong and just for scouts. Petard auto win. I love to see it though. He did a he made really good use of it. On the right hand side then, the Viper playing with Teutons is going to have so many things to go for. It's ridiculous. He's got the ability to garrison extra village inside towers and TCs. He's going to have also a discount on farms. Free herbal medicines, murder holes, extra melee armor. on stable and barracks units right in the castle and Imperial Age. +1, +2. We also get for the Viper civilization for extra range for monks to heal units as well. And for the team bonus, they are going to have conversion resistance, which is pretty good. So let's check. FLH is here ready for the Viper. He's gone up on 21 population, but it seems like he's gonna make a play for the Castle Age instead of going for a Trush. Yeah. These are neutral walls, that is correct. These are 1080 HP each. And because these are neutral, when you go up to the Castle Age, they are going to stay on the same HP, of course, because these are Gaia's walls. By the way, let me bring the chat up once again. There we are. There we go, Castle Age is coming now for TaToH, significantly faster compared to Teutons. So both can destroy them? Yes. Whoever gets to the Castle Age faster is going to have the option to go forward, try to get through the walls and come in. The interesting thing about these walls as well is that no one is actually going to have vision of them. So if we take a look at the Fog of War over here, the combined Fog of War from both players, you will see that nobody can actually see when the other player is pushing, which is why the players are keeping the scouts forward so that they have vision. And you know, as they cannot see each other, they do not really know what to expect. We could see a tower push over here in the field H, or we could see a castle drop or something in the Castle Age. So TaToH gets to the Castle Age himself, but does not have anywhere near enough resources to go up, actually to get a castle up. Yes. Castle Age is here for the Viper. Oh! Wait a moment though. I heard the villager go down for the Viper! Oh no! Oh, he lost that villager to the Jaguar. Snow Leopard actually, I think. Where is that villager even? Where is she? Is this she? I don't know, she's sunk to the ground already, but that's kind of rough. Anyway, as we're getting to the Castle Age, I guess we can go back to 1x. TaToH's on 3 TCs already, and the Viper. The Viper is getting the 3rd TC up. This, of course, by nature of a best of 5, is going to be match point already. And TaToH civilization is actually very strong over here. I do find it interesting that he's not gone for too many stone miners. He's got only 3 over here. Doesn't really have any gold miners because he doesn't need to. As a matter of fact, he's been able to go out to the Castle Age without any gold miners because of the stone miner bonus. Yeah, he's collecting the relics. I like it that he's gone for the monastery on the back. Oftentimes we see the players go for the monastery in front. But then, if your opponent manages to breach through, that's one of the first buildings that go down. So now TaToH's going to secure the relics instead. And he's making a play for full economy. He did go off faster compared to the Viper, so even though Teutons get cheaper farms, and they're going to have pretty strong economy because of it, TaToH, you know, he's managed to get a good amount of farms over here. With the Fallwork as well, his economy is going to be quite respectable too, and he does have a 6 villager lead currently. So like in TaToH's position, quite a lot better. TC's on the way for the Viper though, might be able to catch up. And TaToH's making a play for a castle instead. Still prefer Teutons late game? Oh, late game? Absolutely. Pulse are going to fall off as they do not get plate bar and armor. The cavalry is not anywhere near as strong as the Teuton cavalry, who are going to have already +2 melee armor in the Imperial Age. Plus a variety of extra things, as the Viper civilization is going to have everything he needs against TaToH. He's got bombard cannons, he's got fantastic infantry as well, for the possibility of Obuch, I guess. Maybe that's something that could work out for TaToH. You know what? It's going to be a matter of time and over here. In the late game where we still have access to gold, Viper's units on paper are stronger. But TaToH's got some puzzle pieces to put something together against the Viper, right? Mainly the Obuch. I think I remember seeing a game with Poles versus Teutons where Poles came out on top precisely because of the Obuch. We'll see if that's the case. Very soon, TaToH's going to have enough to go for the castle, and very soon he's going to have enough to go for to go up to the Imperial Age. Also, he could make a play for Schlachta privileges and go for a good amount of units that the Viper might be overwhelmed by. So we'll see. In any case, TaToH is buying the stone. He's getting the castle up over here. The Viper, he's got a monk forward, so he's got some vision behind the walls over here. Just going to make sure that TaToH's not going for any funny business over here. And TaToH is going for some funny business, but he's going for it so far behind the walls. The Viper's going to have no idea. And guess what? In a similar fashion to what we saw in the previous game with the with the petard going and busting through the walls, allowing the paladin to come in, we could see something very similar, you know? TaToH's going up to the Imperial Age. He could go for Schlachta privileges. He could go for Cavalier. And then bust through the walls with petards. And come right into Viper's economy. And Viper wouldn't be able to do anything about it. The great thing about that is that it's not really going to require that great of an economy for TaToH. Because with Schlachta privileges, he gets 60% gold discount on 9 units. So it's going to be pretty cheap for him to go for that.
Witajcie. Rozkazania.
There we go. Schlachta privileges is on the way now for TaToH. And he starts to get the stables out. This is huge, guys. This is huge. All I want to see from TaToH is a petard. He doesn't even need 2, as these are pretty weak. And Cavalier. Cavalier and Chain Bar than Armor. If he gets Cavalier, Chain Bar than Armor, a petard, he'll be able to start pumping units straight into the Viper's economy. However, it's a little bit too tight right now. His economy is not really going to allow him to go for everything. Honestly, I would probably like for TaToH to go for a few knights right now, and then go for the Cavalier upgrade a little bit later, because he needs to get the pressure going right away before the Viper gets a chance to get into the Imperial Age himself. What about going Obuch, Arbalest, and BBC against Teutons? You can do that, yeah. That's I think that might have been the army composition that I saw in the game that Poles took against Teutons. And then in the very, very late game, once you effectively run out of resources, well, TaToH's civilization is going to be so much stronger. He's going to have stronger skirmishers. He's going to have much stronger winged hussar compared to the scout cavalry from Teutons, who do not even get light cavalry. So yeah, Cavalier's coming up. Chain Bar the number's coming up. He's got the petards. He's just waiting for it, guys. And I'm waiting for it. And the Viper, he might be able to get the castle up over here before the knights come in. This is going to be very close. It might come down to the wire. Robo coming in. Conscription. Conscription is going to be so good. There's the castle coming up over here. Where are the petards? He's got them on the back. Seems like the Viper's going to get away with the castle, though. Yeah. 54 farms for the Viper. True, true. TaToH, on the other hand, he's got crop rotation, though. He's got 40 farms, but also he's got the Folwark. So that's going to help a little bit. That's going to bring his food income up too, as if he had 44 farms. So it helps a little bit. My opinion, TaToH, a little bit too late. Yeah, he tried to chew up too much over here at once. Now the Viper's already got on the castle up. And he's got the walls coming in, but we'll see. Here come the Cavalier. He's got 4 stables queued up. He was going for it, but then the moment he realizes the Viper get into the Imperial Age, he's gonna have to wait right now a little bit more. Okay, he's going. He's coming in right now. Unfortunately, on the left-hand side, the Viper's completely walled off. Unfortunately for TaToH, if you want to see this work anyway. But here he comes. He still has one petard over there. For some reason, he just decided to delete it, as opposed to bringing it back in case he needed to breach through the right-hand side. But well, here come the Cavaliers. Gonna try and go after the mountains. Should be able to get these down, but the gates are coming after the Viper. And TaToH is indeed a little bit too late. He could have used the petard to go forward and try to take one of the houses down. I don't really get this from TaToH. He's gonna start going for trebuchets right now, and yeah, he's effectively unable to come into Viper's base. Viper's quick balls over here were fantastic. Even if he ends up losing a few villagers, the Viper over here does retain the villager lead in TaToH. TaToH needs to commit to this fully. He needs to keep on going for Cavalier for as much as he can, for as long as he can. He needs to go for it, you know, as heavily as he can possibly do it. But he's gotta bring the petards forth. He's gotta bust through over here, and unfortunately he's not doing it. He's doing the trebuchet right now only, which means the Viper can go for Halberdier and eventually should be able to mass enough units to defend against the Cavalier push. See? Some villages going down for the Viper. Still a hidden work account, so it's not going to change things up too much. Yellow card coming in though. And the Viper deletes the market in order to get stone walls up. Yeah, I don't know about this. Castle on the way for TaToH and the Viper. The Viper is still on the back foot when it comes to military count, but he does have 3 bombard cannons over here, taking on the castle. 4 bombard cannons actually, as a matter of fact, taking on the castle over here. It's actually going down faster than it's come up. Asada was trying to make a play for Obuk, and he's going for elite Obuk right now. He kind of wants the castle to stay up, but it's simply not going to be possible. There's 4 bombard cannons over there taking the castle down, so Viper does end up taking it. And TaToH's just finished researching elite Obuk. He's bringing the Obuk forward. It's gotta be careful as the Viper's bombard cannon control is pretty good, and he should be able to take on the Obuk if needs to. Plus, the castle over there is going to obviously take on the infantry from TaToH too. So I don't really know though. It seems to me like TaToH deleted the petard over here. That could have allowed him to come in right away instead by just going through a house. But he's coming in though. He's got some bombard cannon trying to breach through the house. Cannot do it on time. So Viper's holding on. And as he's bringing the Halberdier forward to try and put the heat on the bombard cannons, he's going to force TaToH into getting the Cavalier forward over here, taking the Halberdier. You know what? The Halberdier are going to go down at the end over here, but in the end, also TaToH ends up taking a lot of losses against the Halberdier. There you are. Beautiful. Finally, TaToH is able to come in. Finally, he's able to breach into Viper's economy. Yeah, and the Viper's been on a low budget defense, but it's not been enough. You know what? TaToH's going for more Obuk. He's going for more Cavalier, and the power play over here is actually working out pretty well. Oh no, we have Teutonic Knights! Oh, that is not the unit you want to go for against Obuk, unfortunately. For the Viper. And TaToH, he's starting to build some momentum, guys. He's starting to pick up some steam. This could be the final game of the series. TaToH's looking stronger for economy and for military. And even though he wasn't able to get too much damage down over here, still has bombard cannon. Obuk, the Cavalier. One siege workshop to go for more BBC. That is a lot of Obuk. That is a lot of obu coming out. They do train really quickly. Yeah, I mean, take a look at this. Just spamming them. Big takes the Turkish down. So the castle stays up for the time being. That allows us to keep on going for more obu. Now we have the hand cannoneer coming out for the Viper. This is where the obu into Arbalister composition that you were suggesting earlier would come in quite handy. So we see Fletching coming in for TaToH. He's gonna start taking into archers, I imagine. However, I don't know if he's got any archer ranges. He also alternatively can go for Winged Hussar, but obviously the Winged Hussar are going to struggle against the Halberdier as long as the Viper keeps a good amount of units over here. So they won't be able to get to the hand cannoneer fully. Overall looking like a very nice trade. Mr. TaToH. And he's getting to the hand cannoneer. He's coming in right now. He's got the Cavalier over here, plus the Obu's putting pressure on the Viper. Certainly showing cracks in the armor over here. Starts to fall apart. Down to 137 population. While TaToH's getting Squires. For the Obu, he's getting Volcanaro. Or the possibility of Arbalister. Yeah, he's got archery just coming up. And he's got the Winged Hussar coming up. So he's going to take into Hussar Obu and Arbalisters. Potentially Bombard Cannons, of course. Still. Still would like to see some extra petards from TaToH though. It's not gonna take too many. With two, he already can bust through over here. Like, we don't have any houses behind these two tiles, for instance, so you can just come in. Oh! The Viper! The shot from TaToH! Oh, that's gotta be so satisfying for the blue player. Gee! 3 bombard cannons right down. That's gotta hurt, man. That's gotta hurt. Big pow over there. Yeah, this is really good. For TaToH, he's still maintaining momentum over here. Going up to close to 190 population, going down to 180 right now. Once again, you don't really want to make use of the Hussar around Halberdier. And the Viper's been able to stabilize for the most part. He's been able to go up in population a little bit more as well. He's up to 150. And TaToH still 180, of course. Significantly more villagers for TaToH as well. And he's actually managed to come in. He's actually managed to come in with the Obu. He started to get the raids going. Fantastic. There we go. Skirmishers coming in now for TaToH as well. Thumbring. So no Arbalisters. Yeah. You know, if he pushes the Viper away from this goal, that's the only goal that Viper's got left. If we take a look at the resources, yeah. TaToH has been stealing the Viper's gold for quite a while, actually. And this is the only goal that the Viper's got left. This is going to have still about 2,000 left. Meanwhile, this one is going to have about 1,400 left. So actually, TaToH's got less access to gold compared to Viper. But we are getting very, very close to that point of the game where both players will have to start banking on trash units, which is going to leave. Yeah, TaToH in a much better spot once again because of Wing Hazard. It still has a good amount of Oboe over here, which are very cheap for him to produce, and with 3 relics, it's going to be easier for TaToH to keep on going for Oboe over here than it's going to be for the Viper to go for too many of his own gold units, right? Such as Camille, for instance. Go. Beautiful. So far, so good. Viper defense over here is holding on. But we are very close to making the full transition. Actually, TaToH's already going for it. He's not collecting any gold over here anymore. Just trying to keep the castle up. Trying to keep the bar cans alive. Yeah. And he's just going full on skirmishers over here. Skirmishers and... yeah, skirmishers and Wing Hazard. The Viper on the other hand is going for Onager currently, just going to stick to full Halberdier. And he's got some hand cannoneer over here still. Instead of have the trample damage deck for his Azar. That's a good question, actually I don't think he does. Let me check. Oh, he does! Yeah, he went for it. Lachetic Legacy. There we go, the Onager upgrades over here already. The wings are coming in. And they're so close. You cannot get on the Onager though. But yeah, TaToH still has the bombard cannons over here, so might be able to get on the Onager. We'll see. Yeah, kinda has to keep the bombard cannons on the back though, behind the castle, so that he's got protection against the Onagers. Castle finally crumbles over here. TaToH is not going to have a hold of the center anymore, but he's still looking pretty okay. He's got the Catron breaking through over here. He's already been able to break through, he just cannot really come in because of all the units from the Viper being here. And the Onager shots are good, but the Onager is taking also some fire from the bombard cannons. We'll see if the TaToH is able to keep the units alive over here while still micro in his own trash units. Yes, gets the Onager down. Retains all 3 bombard cannons as well, so this seems to be a little bit pricier for the Viper. Back from Mr. Viper and TaToH. TaToH's holding. He does have a stronger population still, although the military count's a little bit higher for the Viper. That's mainly because of the stronger economy. TaToH has right now a much higher worker count. He does have a lot of extra resources, and actually still has some gold miners. Where are the gold miners for TaToH? I'm actually not really sure. Oh, he does have gold back home. Wow, he's been stealing so much gold. From Viper's side of the map, actually, I didn't realize he still had some gold back home himself. That is good, but I don't think he'll be able to do too much. At this point, we have already seen way too many gold units go down from TaToH, so I don't think access to gold over here is going to do too much for him. Plus, it just runs out. Regardless, though, we are going to see Wing Hazard coming in. Very important for TaToH to go for, at the very least, 20 extra farmers if he wants to go heavily into Wing Hazard. Well, the Viper, on the other hand, making a play for Halberdier is going to have one of the strongest Halberdier in the game with extra melee armor. which yeah, will allow him to hold on against the Wing Hussar over here much better. So yeah, we'll see extra skirmishers coming in for TaToH still. It's just gonna be back in on the bonus damage to take on the halberdier, but it's so slow. That's the thing though, you see, skirmishers are going to be the equivalent to the spearmen in the PLH, and elite skirmishers are going to be the equivalent of a pikeman for trash units. But the halberdier doesn't really have a skirm line equivalent, so these skirmishers are not going to be anywhere near as strong against the halberdier as they would be against pikemen, or standard skirmishers would be against spearmen. So yeah, he definitely needs to meat shield over here, otherwise the halberdier just make it into the skirmishers and take him down. Kind of rough for him though. Yeah, he wants to make use of the Wing Hussar, but he's getting kind of hard counter as well. 200 population for TaToH though, the Viper on 170 actually. 30 population difference. Now TaToH's got only 10 extra villages compared to the Viper, so the rest is going to be extra military units. And TaToH's got to be careful over here as well. He's just been trying to go after the onagers time and time again, and he ends up sacrificing so many Hussar over here, it's ridiculous. Viper needs a castle to secure the goal on the stone. He's going to have enough to go for a castle right now, but I don't think there's enough gold left over here to grant the castle for the gold protection. There's 1500 left, which given his current position, he's gonna be able to defend just fine, I guess, until it runs out. The stone, on the other hand, how much do we have left? 500? So he will be able to go for up to 2 additional castles over here if he finishes collecting all the stone. And with 1500 gold left, in 2 additional castles, I guess he could get some momentum against TaToH, but I'm really sure if he will be able to sustain it actually. 150 to 155 population for the Viper and TaToH respectively, and here comes the castle. Got the prediction alright right there, B. Good job. TaToH is not dead though. Not even close. He's been going for a few extra farmers, so as expected, it's going to be a pretty heavy Wing Hussar investment over here for the bull player. Is it bad I want Viper to win to get a 5th game? No, not at all. I always root for the full series. So I'm kind of secretly rooting for the Viper over here. Let's check. TaToH's comp is just weaker versus what TaToHs have at the moment. Yes. It's been pretty rough. Because of what we were talking about, the extra melee armor, the halberdier are incredible. Meat shield over here, and the skirmishers are just not strong enough on their own right. They're just not. Yeah, and once again, it's just time and time again. TaToH tries to go after the onager. It seems like he finally might be able to get one of these down. Yeah, but he loses so many Hussar in the process. It's very painful to watch actually. To see so many Hussar going down. Now he's getting pushed back. I do like the ramp play over here. Unfortunately, he kind of needed to keep the Hussar alive for that to work out actually, or bring something else other than just the skirmishers over here. The problem is, what does he bring though? Obuch would be great actually, would be about ideal, but then he would need to take care of that hand cannoneer, and it's just the composition for the Viper over here. Most importantly, Viper's unit control is really good. That is not so good though! That is so much better for TaToH. He was able to snag a few hand cannoneer over here, take him down. How many do we have for the Viper left? 14. That is not too many. You know what? If TaToH is able to clean out the hand cannoneer over here, actually might be able to make a play for Obuch once again. There we go. Fantastic. Good defense for the Viper still. Well done. we are. Yeah, still the bombard cannons over there for TaToH represent a little bit of a threat. Just gotta be careful not to lose these here, of course. And then down south, the quick walls from the Viper are not connected though! Actually, originally connected, but he couldn't keep this up. So now TaToH is coming into the economy from the Viper. This is huge, this is huge. As the Viper was trying to get the push going over here, he's got most of the halberdier forward, so if all the windows are going straight to the back of the Viper's economy, now TaToH is in for a lot of damage here. So far, these Azar have been able to get 17 villages, and that's not going to be the end of it, not even close. He's getting a lot of extra villages, and the Viper calls the GG as TaToH takes game number 4 for a final score of 3-1. It's gonna be TaToH, the one moving on to the semi-final already, while the Viper gets knocked out of the tournament. Unbelievable. Let's take a look at the achievements. What do we get? We're gonna see for military a stronger KD for TaToH by quite a lot. And then for invited, we are going to... Oh my god, sorry, I was reading the chat at the same time. TaToH was invited, no? TaToH, I think he was, yes. TaToH and the Viper were both invited to the tournament. For the economy, we're going to see a stronger economy also for TaToH by quite a lot, collecting close to 20,000 extra resources. Well done. Society is going to also have TaToH with a stronger villager count over here, especially towards the end of the game. The Viper was just going to start crumbling. And I think from this point onwards, the Viper was just going to keep on falling further and further behind. So that's, yeah, a good time to call the GG. I don't think it was bad at all. Well done. So I'm just going to, yeah, go back and see what's in store for the next few days.